your thoughts in front of you on your lap or on the floor. Be sure to pull on those yellow tabs.
Just one person on our boat has to do that. Alrighty guys, and a whale we go. My name is Andy, I'll be your captain and storyteller. And before we begin our journey aboard the SS Cinderella, I just want to remind you to remain seated at all times with those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside of the boat. And do keep an eye on your inner child as we begin our journey here at the Disneyland Whale Road. Or Storybook Land, where the jokes aren't just bad, they're whaley bad. Behold the jaws of Monstro the whale, and yes, it does appear that we're about to be swallowed, and you should be scared. I mean, look at those teeth. Ah! Just kidding, you guys. You know, Pinocchio was once swallowed by this whale, and now he's a real boy. So I think that means that we're going to be just fine. And in fact, we'll just begin our journey with a once upon a time, and with someone who we call the Big Bad Wolf. Now, he lives just around the corner, and he loves to huff and puff, but he's not too bright. In fact, he built his home quite poorly, and it's on the left around this curve, just across the way from three little pigs who also built their homes, but also they chose questionable material. I mean, one's made of straw, one's made of sticks, and the only one that even makes sense is the one made of wolf-proof bricks. No, they're not afraid of that big bad wolf, but if I'm being honest, if I were the first to, I would be. I mean, why not just make your house out of feathers? But as we make this curve, we'll find ourselves at the quaint English village where Alice lives. You'll find her house on that far end, but on one golden afternoon, she followed a white rabbit and fell down, down, down the rabbit hole into Wonderland, where things became curiouser and curiouser, but then madder and madder when she met the Mad Hatter and joined him for a mad tea party where they were all, well, mad down there. But on my right hand side is London Park, where Peter Pan and the darling children, Wendy, John, and Michael, flew over this park on their way to Neverland. And when they got there, they'd encounter mermaids, lost boys, and pirates, and they'd never, ever have to grow up. But straight ahead is a place where the sand is immense and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home to Aladdin, who one jump ahead of the
Agrabah.
swing ahead.
That's Agrabah.
Feels only what he can
Wonderful.
before in the city of Agrabah, including the heart of the lovely Princess Jasmine and the identity of one Prince Ali Ababa. And he did that with the help of his monkey Abu, the magic carpet, and a bit of magic from the genie as well. But these leafy, sparkling arches above and ahead remind us that love will always blossom. And if they do seem familiar, that might be because they're similar to the arches that Aladdin and Jasmine flew over sideways and under on their magic carpet ride to a whole new world.
And we're on our way to the Cave of Wonders.
That thrilling chase, this wondrous place up ahead is the Cave of Wonders, where rumor has it if you can free the genie from that lamp, you'll receive 3 wishes, and you ain't never had a friend like him.
And
so
beware of the forbidden treasure.
Go by and see if it comes true. Make a wish.
Yes. And remember, never touch the forbidden treasure, right?
Yes.
That's right. Because touching the forbidden treasure is
outside of the cave is the home of the 7 dwarfs, named Dog, Sleepy, Sneezy, Grumpy, Bashful, Happy, and Dopey. Currently staying with them is Snow White, though you'll actually hear those dwarfs in their minds chipping away at diamonds and gems, singing "Hi-ho" across from the Blue Chateau, where Cinderella grew up with her wicked stepmother and 2 wicked stepsisters who tried to keep her from that ball until she met the fairy godmother, who sent her on a pumpkin spiced ride to the ball. She met her Prince Charming, and she didn't have to leave at the strike of midnight, as her carriage turned back into a pumpkin and the magic ran out. And that pumpkin carriage still sits there to this day, just to remind us that while magic may have its limits, love does not. And Cinderella and Prince Charming now live in that castle happily ever after to this very day. But just like Cinderella, Tiana, Jasmine, or Belle, many of us do dream of finding our happily ever afters. And some dream of giving magical tours to lovely guests like yourselves here at Storybook Land. Well, some I'm sure even dream of lying down on a colorful quilt of flowers alongside ducks as boats and annoying trains like Casey Jr. go by, interrupting my stories on a daily basis all day long. But this colorful quilt happens to be inspired by the patchwork in the 1933 Silly Symphony Lullaby Land. But these flowers and the trees are 100% real, and they never have to grow up thanks to Tinkerbell, who sprinkles them with pixie dust, ensuring they'll remain tiny forever. And there goes Casey Jr. again, the most annoying cast member at Storybook Land. But that's one of the reasons why this was a favorite attraction of Walt Disney, who loved his miniatures. So much so, he even planted some of these trees, and he still inspires all of our stories to this very day, like The Wind and the Willows, which features our friend Mole, Rat, and Jay Thaddeus Toad. Though you'll notice his motor car is missing from that driveway, as he must be elsewhere at Fantasyland in that motor car, probably on a wild ride, merrily on his way to nowhere in particular. But on my left-hand side is the kingdom of Arendelle, and the snowy mountains where Elsa created her ice palace and learned to let it go, and with the help of her sister Anna and their frozen friends Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven, they did defeat the evil Hans and proved that love could weather any storm. And now they can go off into the unknown. But on my right hand side is the Alpine Village, where Geppetto wished upon a star that his puppet Pinocchio would be a real boy. A wish that came true when Pinocchio rescued his father from the belly of Monstro the whale. Now on my left hand side is Wandering Oaken's trading post. He's having a big summer blog, and you might just hear him say, yoo-hoo, from time to time. Yoo-hoo, big summer blog. But just like Geppetto, Ariel had a wish, and her wish was to be a part of our world, and that wish came true when she gave up her mermaid tail and almost her voice for a pair of new feet and legs, but also for love. And she does now live there with her Prince Eric, though her journey actually began under the sea in the kingdom of Atlantica, just beyond that waterfall. You'll even see the castle where her father still lives, along with her sisters and her best friends Sebastian and Flounder, though she did find her happily ever after as a part of our world. So that's how we're going to leave you guys. Just be sure to watch those hands, arms, and fingers.